Good morning, everybody. My name is Lubna Suhail. I'm a professional counselor and educational psychologist. My topic for today is trans and spiritual beliefs as perceived by Lebanese university students. I hope you enjoy my presentation. This is the outline of my presentation. As you are all aware that youth all over the world are facing certain challenges like economic issues such as the financial crisis, political instability, environmental issues. Add to this at the regional level, we have what's so-called the Arab Spring and its effects on Lebanon, and nationally, the Lebanese youth um, have so many challenges that resulted from the civil war that broke in 1975 and ended in 1990. Later, this war metamorphosed into a Cold War between the different parties. So all of these challenges together affected the social, political, economic situation conditions in the country. So here comes the role of higher education to equip the students with necessary skills to face these challenges, at the same time be successful citizens doing good for their societies. To help the students face these challenges, higher education should embrace a holistic approach in helping students learn and develop. Traditionally, its role has been in enforcing the cognitive dimension, neglecting the other dimensions, which are the emotional, social, aesthetic, physical, and spiritual. Now, for the purpose of this study, I have selected the spiritual dimension to study. Now, what's the definition of spirituality? There are so many definitions, but in this research and this presentation, I have adapted the one given by Arthur Chickering, which is the kind. It says it's the kind of assumptions, positions, and values that are reflected in daily behavior and the way that we live our life. It means what are the values and beliefs that guide you, what's your purpose in life. And here I need to differentiate between spirituality and religiosity. Checking the literature about spiritual values and beliefs of Lebanese university students, actually, I didn't come across any research that give me enough information about this area. So that's why my research questioned what are the spiritual beliefs and values that Lebanese university students perceive as important to be fostered by the university. And I want to also to check it by university, type of university, level of study, gender, and age. For the theoretical framework for this research, I have selected the Chickering and Reisser theory of identity development to ground it. This theory was established by Chickering in 1969 and then revised with the Reisser in 1993. It comprises different 7 vectors and it describes how students develop throughout their journey at university at the undergraduate level. Coming to these 7 vectors, I have selected the ones that are related to spirituality, and I based my research mainly on the 7th vector, which is titled Developing Integrity. And also I found some areas related to some components in vector 3, vector 4, and vector 5 that are relevant to spirituality. So basically on vector 7 and some components from the other 3. Now, coming to the methodology, let's have a look first at the sample. The sample size was drawn achieving 95% precision level and 5% tolerable error. The total sample was 752 students divided between the 3 private universities and 1 public university, knowing that the public university is the only one available in Lebanon. While for the private universities, we had 3 different systems. One American model and referred to by AU, the other one the Egyptian model referred to by EU, and the third one the French model and referred to by FU. If you in the table you can notice that the percentage of gender, female gender was high, reaching 59% of the total sample. Now for the questionnaire, it was the Likert scale questionnaire of 18 items. There were 5 ratings which were not important, slightly important, neutral, important, highly important. It was in both languages and they were on the same form. Also, there was a pilot study just to establish validity and reliability of the questionnaire. As you notice, for the reliability, the Cronbach alpha coefficient was 0.896, which is considered a high coefficient of reliability. After collecting the data, we had to use the SPSS program to get some descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. What we used in analyzing the data was the median and percentages. As for the inferential test, I used the chi-square test to examine if there are any relationships between the different independent variables and the responses. Coming to the results, here we have the table showing the different statements with the median for each and the percentage of importance. Just to clarify, the percentage of importance here means the percentage of responses to important and highly important combined together. If we look at the median, we find out like most of the statements had a median of 4.0. What does it mean? 4.0 is the code that stands for the rating important, which is considered a good result, except for one which received a 3.0 median. And this is the statement that asks for activities to promote tolerance and respect to homosexuals. Otherwise, all of them had a median of 4, which means that most of the students or students who responded for highly important are equal to students who responded to not important, slightly important, and neutral combined together. Now, looking at the percentages, more than 60% of students found the beliefs and values important to be fostered by the university, except one which reached almost 50%. Again, it's which calls for tolerance and respect to homosexuals. The highest was 78.2%, and that was matching my values and behavior, which is we call it congruence between values and behavior. And that was followed by diversity, either in general or what applies to the Lebanese society. Now, coming to the relationships between the different 4 independent variables and the student responses, we found out that the most variable associated with the responses was the type of university, followed by level of study, while gender and age didn't have that influence on students' responses. Coming to the analysis of results, I'm going to be brief, and if you'd like to have more details, you can refer to my article. The research showed that the Lebanese university students really value spiritual development and the role of the university in fostering these values. And this is an expected result, knowing that the Lebanese society is a mosaic of multi-religious and secular liberal ideologies, which both call for to have meaning in life, purpose in life, and humanitarian values. The most valued belief was the authenticity, and this validates Chickering theory, which says that throughout the student's journey at university, the student reaches congruence in his between his value and belief. Regarding appreciation to diversity, also the Lebanese youth really need to appreciate this value to prevent or avoid any escalation of further conflicts. Nearly 6 to 7 students also showed that all of most of the values are important to be fostered by the university. And now, the surprising finding was almost 50% of students perceived having tolerance towards homosexuals as important. And why is it surprising? Because there was a statistic in 2007 saying that Lebanese people 79% rejected homosexuality, and this was drawn from a research conducted by pure research center, which means that the society is changing towards more tolerance. The type of university was found the most significant one in affecting the responses, and it showed the superiority of the American type university, while the least was the Lebanese university. And also this is consistent with certain findings that were conducted on different types of universities in Lebanon, private universities, and but in different areas. Regarding level of study was influential, but much lesser degree than that type of university. And also this validates the Chickering theory, saying like for students when they first join university, they come with their family beliefs, background, community, and later on when they mingle and get to know the other, they start revising their values and beliefs and adopt new ones. Gender and age didn't have a significant influence on students' responses. There are a few limitations for this study. One of them is that the findings do not represent all Lebanese university students, as universities located in the regions and in the countryside were not included. Second, all universities that were established after 1990, when the end of the war, were not included. Only the well-established ones were selected. They were established before 1990, some of them in the late 19th century. And maybe there will be some different, uh, we may get different findings in the young universities. The last limitation was that it did not include a qualitative method like focus group or document analysis or. There are some implications for this study, like universities need to respond to students' spiritual needs if they'd like to have to graduate successful citizens who can contribute to the good of their societies. At the same time, universities need to include spiritual development in their missions, visions, strategic plans, and practices. At the curricular and curricular levels also, many things can be done, like at the curricular, for example, faculty can introduce in their coursework some issues that are relevant to spirituality. In co-curriculars, there are many things that can be done, like awareness days, clubs, leadership programs, community service, etc. As a conclusion, we can say like this study is a pioneer in Lebanon. Like this area, spirituality was overlooked in Lebanon. So this is the first one that explores the perceptions of students in terms of spiritual development. In addition, it's a reference for institutional leaders to reflect on the findings should they want to revise their strategies or vision. Or, so for any reason, it's a reference for institutional leaders. Third, it could be it constitutes a foundation for further studies. Thank you for listening, and I wish I could have been with you to answer your questions. Anyway, thanks a lot.